You've been studying hard, putting in hours of effort, yet when it's time to recall what you've learned, your mind goes blank. Frustrating, right? You're not alone. Millions of students face this exact problem, forgetting crucial information when they need it most. But what if there was a way to remember everything you study? Imagine walking into an exam, fully confident that you've retained all the material, ready to tackle any question that comes your way. In this video, I'm going to share scientifically proven methods to help you do just that. We'll dive into why we forget and, more importantly, how you can use specific strategies to overcome this challenge. By the end, you'll have the tools to transform your study habits and never worry about forgetting what you've learned again. Ready to take your memory to the next level? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump in. You won't want to miss this. The science of forgetting, why we struggle to retain information. Why do we forget things we've worked so hard to learn? It's not because we didn't study enough, it's because of how our brains work. Enter the forgetting curve, a concept introduced by psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus. This curve shows that our memory retention drops sharply over time unless we reinforce what we've learned. Simply put, your brain starts to forget information almost as soon as you learn it. Within just 24 hours, you could lose up to 80% of what you studied if you don't take action. This is why cramming the night before an exam rarely works. You're fighting against your brain's natural tendency to forget. But don't worry, there's a solution. By understanding how memory works and why forgetting happens, you can start using strategies that keep information locked in your brain. One powerful method is spaced repetition, where you review information at increasing intervals, reinforcing your memory each time. Let me show you how to apply these strategies so you don't just study hard, you study smart and remember everything that matters. The role of nutrition and sleep in memory retention. Did you know that your diet and sleep habits play a huge role in how well you remember what you study? It's true. Your brain needs the right fuel and rest to perform at its best. Let's talk nutrition first. Your brain is a high-energy organ, using around 20% of your body's calories. To keep it running efficiently, you need to feed it well. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and essential vitamins are like premium fuel for your brain. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish like salmon, are crucial for brain health and memory. And don't forget to stay hydrated. Your brain needs plenty of water to stay sharp. Now, let's discuss sleep. During sleep, your brain consolidates memories, moving information from short-term to long-term storage. Skipping sleep doesn't just make you tired, it directly impacts your ability to recall what you've learned. Studies have shown that students who get enough sleep perform significantly better on memory tests than those who don't. So, if you're serious about remembering what you study, it's time to pay attention to your diet and sleep. In this video, I'll give you practical tips on how to optimize both to boost your memory and make your study sessions more effective. Active recall versus passive learning, why testing yourself is key. Here's a game changer. The way you study might be the reason you're forgetting so much. Most people rely on passive learning methods, reading notes, highlighting textbooks, or rewatching lectures. But here's the thing, these methods aren't as effective as they seem. Let me introduce you to active recall, a technique that turns your brain from a passive receiver of information into an active participant. Active recall involves pulling information from your memory without looking at your notes, forcing your brain to work harder and, as a result, strengthening your memory. Think of it like this, passive learning is like watching someone else lift weights. You understand the process, but you're not building any muscle. Active recall, on the other hand, is like lifting the weights yourself. Each rep makes you stronger. Research consistently shows that students who use active recall perform better on tests and retain information longer. So, how do you make active recall a part of your study routine? It's simple, test yourself. Use flashcards, create practice quizzes, or just close your book and try to write down everything you remember about a topic. The more you practice retrieving information, the stronger your memory becomes. Learning by teaching: how explaining concepts to others reinforces memory. One of the most effective ways to reinforce your memory is by teaching what you've learned to someone else. There's a reason educators say, if you want to truly understand something, teach it. When you explain a concept to another person, you're forced to organize your thoughts, clarify your understanding, and fill in any gaps in your knowledge. This process not only strengthens your memory but also deepens your comprehension of the material. Teaching requires you to retrieve information, structure it logically, and communicate it clearly, all of which solidify the knowledge in your brain. You're not just recalling facts, you're making connections and ensuring that the information makes sense to someone else. You don't have to be a formal teacher to use this strategy. You can explain concepts to a friend, a study group, or even to yourself in front of a mirror. Try summarizing a topic out loud as if you were presenting it to someone with no prior knowledge. The key is to articulate the information clearly. Chunking and patterns: how to break down information for easier recall. When you're faced with a lot of information to learn, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But here's a technique that can make a huge difference: chunking. Chunking is about breaking down complex information into smaller, manageable pieces, or chunks, that your brain can easily process and remember. Think about how you remember a phone number. Instead of trying to memorize a long string of digits, you naturally break it down into smaller groups, like 555, 123, 4567. This simple strategy helps your brain hold onto more information by organizing it into patterns that are easier to recall. Chunking isn't just for phone numbers, it works for any subject. If you're learning a new language, you can chunk vocabulary into categories like food, travel, and emotions. For math, you can group formulas by type or use case. The key is to find patterns and relationships within the material that help you group information in a meaningful way. Our brains are wired to recognize and remember patterns, so identifying patterns in what you're studying can enhance recall. For example, in history, look for patterns in events, causes, and outcomes. In biology, focus on the sequence of processes and how each step connects to the next. We've covered some of the most powerful strategies for improving memory retention. From understanding the science of forgetting to optimizing your diet and sleep, using active recall, teaching others, and mastering chunking and pattern recognition. These techniques aren't just about studying harder, they're about studying smarter. By applying these methods, you can turn your study sessions into highly effective memory-building experiences, ensuring that what you learn stays with you when you need it most. Now it's time to put these strategies into practice. Start by picking one or two techniques and incorporating them into your next study session. You'll be amazed at the difference it makes. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more insights on optimizing your learning and memory. And don't forget to share this video with someone who could benefit from these tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.